Hello dear friends, welcome to my channel. Today's discussions is Java programming. Okay, so friends, this video is very interesting because today I want to discuss syntax. Okay, so this video explains the basic syntaxes of the Java programming language. I shall assume that you have written some simple Java programs. Otherwise, please check my introduction to Java programming for first time programmers. To be proficient in a programming language, you need to master two things. Number one, the syntax of the programming language, not too difficult to learn a small set of keywords and syntax. For example, JDK 1.8 has 48 keywords, C11 has 44, C++11 has 73. The application program interface API libraries associated with the language. You do not want to write everything from scratch yourself. Instead, you can reuse the available code in the library. Learning library could be difficult as it is really huge, evolving, and could take on its own life as another programming language. The first few sections are a bit boring as I have to explain the basic concepts with some details. You may also try the exercise. Okay, basic syntax steps in writing of Java program. The steps in writing a Java program is illustrated as follows. Step 1, editor or IDE. Okay, editor or IDE. So it's going to Java compiler. This is the write source code. So it is source code. Okay, source code, source code x dot Java. So Java compiler, Java XX Java, JDK third party APIs. Step 2, compilers transition source code into machine code. That is Java compiler. And next is Java runtime. So Java runtime, this is the input, and after that we get output. Okay, output. XX Java output, and output is the Java output. Okay, so step 1, write the source code dot Java using program text editor. Okay, so step 1, what is the step 1? Step 1, write the source code XX dot Java using a program text editor such as Sublime Text, Atom, Notepad++, TextPad, and IDE. And step 2, compile the source code Java Java xx.java into Java portable bytecode. So access to Java xx class bytecode code dot class using JDK compiler by using command. Step 3, run the compiled bytecode xx.class input to produce the desired output using the Java runtime by by issuing command. Now we discuss Java programming template. Okay, Java programming template. This is the Java programming template with example. So you can use the following template to write your Java programs. Choose a meaningful class name. Okay, and that reflects the purpose of your program. Statement inside the body of the main method. Don't worry about the other terms and keywords now. I will explain them in due course. Provide comments in your program. So friends, you see, this is the template. This is the example of the templates. This is the class name .java. Choose a meaningful class name. Save as, and after that public static void main and program is start entry point of the program. Next, a sample program illustrated sequential decision and loop constructs. So friends, I will show a sample program after this video. You will see that how it is. You will see one programming. I will show one programming that understanding this program. Okay, so now I want to discuss comments are used to document and explain your code and your program logic. Comments are not programming statements. They are ignored by compiler, have no consequence to the program execution. Nevertheless, comments are very important for providing documentation and explanations for other to understand your programs, and also for yourself. 3 days later, there are two kind of comments in Java: multi-line comments. What is the multi-line comments? I will show that this is the multi-line comments. There is, this is the multi-line comments. That's two multi-line comments start with this symbol. Okay, so and it is closed with these symbols. Is a special documentation comment. This comment can be extracted to produce documentation. End of line begins with double dash. This is the end with, this is the comment. Okay, this is the double dash, and last tilts end the current line. And recommend that you use comments liberally to explain and document your code during program development instead of deleting a chunk of statements irrevocably. You could comment out these statements so that you could get them back later if needed. Statement and blocks. A programming statement is the smallest independent. Next is statement and blocks. A programming statement is the smallest independent unit in a program, just like a sentence in the English language. It performs a piece of programming action. A programming statement must terminated by a semicolon. Okay, you see that here is the example that it is terminated by a semicolon. Just like an English sentence ends with a period. Why not ends with a period like an English sentence? This is because periods clashes with decimal point. It's challenging for the dumb computer to differentiate between period and decimal point in the early days of computing. So I hope you see this is the example of statements. Okay, the system out print log in. So this is the every, you see that a programming statement, this is the programming statement terminated by semicolon. Semicolon is compulsory. Okay, it is also important for C programming. C programming, you see that semicolon is important for terminated statement. Okay, this is the example. Another is block. Block. Each of the following. A block is a group of programming statement, okay, surrounded by pair of curly braces. Okay, pair of curly braces means in here you see that block. This is block. Pair of curly braces. Pair of curly braces is the block. You can write this way. This is the blocks. A block is a group of programming statements surrounded by a pair of curly braces. All the statements inside the block is treated as one single unit. Blocks are used as the body in constructs like class methods, if, else, and loops, which may contain multiple statements but are treated as one unit. There is no need to put a semicolon after the closing brace to end a compound statement. Empty block that is no statement inside the braces is permitted. You see, this is the example. This is the example of the blocks. You see that how the program white spaces and formatting source codes. Okay. Now we discuss white space and formatting source codes. White space is int. Java. Okay, blank white space means blank tab and new line are collectively called white space. Okay, blank okay, blank, no, not C, blank tab and new line are collectively called white space. Okay, you need to use a white space to separate two keywords or token to avoid ambiguity. So you see that in sum equals to 0 cannot write in sum. Okay, in here you see in sum, in here you see in white space because cannot write int sum. Okay, this is not possible, this is wrong. Okay, so also same as above, the minimal white space also hard to read in sum double average. Okay, so white space is important. So in case you should write this way, thus int sum equals to 0 double value. This is the correct way, and this way is not so much correct because you see that long white space. Okay, so formatting source code, a mentioned extra white spaces are ignored and have to a mentioned extra white spaces are ignored and have no computational significance. However, proper indentation with tabs and blanks and extra empty lines greatly improves the readability of the program. This is extremely important for others and yourself 3 days. Okay, to understand your programs. For example, the following online hello world program works, but can you read and understand the program? This is the hello read. Okay, example that hello public static void main, formatting source code. And now I discuss braces. So friends, let's start indentation. Okay, indentation and braces. Okay, Java's convention is to place the beginning place is to place the beginning brace at the end of the line and to align the ending brace with the start of the statement. Pair up the braces. Braces is, you see, this is the braces. Okay, this is the braces. Pair up braces. Braces and pair up properly unbalanced is one of the most common syntax errors for beginners. Okay, it should be balanced. It should not be unbalanced. Beginners main problem, it is beginners. Indentation. Indent each level of the body of a block by an extra 3 and 4 spaces. According to the hierarchy of the block, don't use tab because tab space is editor dependent. Okay, you see, this is the example of the indentation. You see the place the beginning brace and the end the current line documentation, and indent the body by the extra 3 and 4 space for each. Use empty line library to improve readability, and sequential statement 1, statement 2, statement if and else. Okay, so this is the example. Ending brace aligned the start of the statement. Okay, so this is the code is read much more often than it is written. Hence, you have to make sure that your code is readable by following convention recommended coding style. Now I discuss variable and types. Okay, now I start to discuss variable and types. Variable and types. Computer programs manipulate or processes data. A variable is used to store a piece of data for processing. It is called variable because you can change the value stored. More precisely, a variable is a named storage location. So it is means variable means it is storage location. Variable means storage location. Okay, that stores a value of a particular data type. In other words, a variable has a name, a type, and stores a value. A variable has a name, radius, area, age, height, and name of the students. The name is needed to uniquely identify the reference each variable. You can use the name to assign a value to the variable. Example, radius is equal to 1.2, and retrieve the value stored. Radius cross radius star radius star radius radius star. Okay, so this is the retrieve value stored. Okay, a variable. Okay, star 3.1419. Okay, so so a variable has a data type. The frequently used Java data types are int. Int means for integers 123 to 400 minus 456 whole numbers, such as int is minus 456. This is the int. Now double. What is the double? BLE, double. Double is 3.1416.66 point. This is the donut. E for exponent. String mean the text. Okay, I discussed string. String means text. Text like hello. So this is the string. Strings are enclosed with a pair of double quotes. Char means the single character. A8, it is the char. So int sum declare int variable named sum. Double average declare double variable named average. String message, string variable and message variable name message and declare name string. String is declared like this is the question. String message. This is the variable name and string is declared. Declare a string variable name. Okay, a variable can store a value of the declared data type. It is important to take note that the variable is most programming language associated with a type and can only store value of the particular type. For example, an int variable can store a integer value such as 123 but not floating point number such as 12.34, nor string such as hello. The concept of type was introduced in the early programming language to simplify interpretation of data made up of binary sequence. The type determines the size and layout of the data, the range of its values, and the set of operations that can be applied. Okay, int, double, and string. The following int, double, and string are all the declarations. Okay, they are variable name, type, and data type. Okay. So now I discuss identifier. What is identifier or names? Identifier. Identifiers. Variables I discussed, and now I discuss identifier. Okay. Identifier or names. Identifier is needed to name a variable. Java imposes the following rules on identifier. An identifier is a sequence of characters of any length comprising uppercase and lowercase a to z, lowercase and uppercase a to z, and capital A to capital Z, digits, underscore, dollar, sign, what white space, blank tab, new line, and the special characters plus, minus, star, dash, it is are not allowed. Okay, special characters are not allowed. Take note that blank and dash are not allowed. Max value are not valid names. So not valid names, and this is because blank creates two tokens and the dash crashes with minus sign. So you have to remember the special characters characters are not identifier. Okay, identifier, they are not identifier. The special character, what is the special character? Special character is, okay, so identifier are, you have to remember, A to Z, Z 12029029 029 underscore and dollar sign. Okay, this is called underscore. Okay, and dollar sign, they are identifier. But plus, minus, star, commas, etc not. Example, it is not identifier. That max value, max value. So in here you see that minus is not a not a identifier, because special character are not identifier. Example, plus, minus, special characters are plus, minus, star, slash, at the rate. This is all are special characters, and etc and commas, etc. So this is our special character. They are not valid names, because for blank creators creates two tokens. Okay, an identifier must begin with letter A to Z and underscore, and it cannot begin with a digit 09, because that could confuse a number. Identifiers begin with a dollar sign are reserved for system generated entities. So dollar sign means system generated system generated entities. System generated entities, class, int, double, if, else, they are all identifier. Identifier are case sensitive. A rows is not a rows. Note. Okay, so this is the case sensitive. Examples, ABC, XYZ. This is the identifier. Valid identifier. Valid identifier are ABC. You can write ABC generated entity ABC dash XYZ dollar 123. They are identifier system generated entities. Okay, but one ABC, because it should not be one started with. If I write one ABC, it is not identifier. Okay, so it is not identifier. And now the variable naming conventions. A variable name is a variable name is a noun or noun phrase made up of several words with no spaces between words. The first word is in lowercase, and while the remaining words are initial capitalized. For example, radius, area, font size, etc. The and recommendation, it is important to choose a name that is self-descriptive and closely reflects the meaning of the variable. Number of students, num students, that is called, I want to say, recommendation. Recommendation self-descriptive. So variable declarations, to use variable in your program, you need to first introduce it, declaring it name and type one of the following syntaxes. Okay, that is the declare multiple variable same type. Okay, I will discuss. So we discuss everything: recommendation, syntax, and need to recommendation, syntax, variables. Now we will check the a programming practical. Okay, now we'll go to the practical, that how to find the sums. Okay, my practical problem is find the sums of the running odd numbers, even numbers, from a given lower bound to an upper bound. Also compute their absolute difference. Okay, because practical is very very important, because we can understand all the theory. So what is the first I have to write? Public class, public class. Okay, because I have already discussed that public class. Okay, next is odd, odd even sum. Okay, so it is the, we start brace. Okay, curly brace, and I have to give a blank. Okay, I will, you will just check everything with the theory. Okay, so I have to write public static void, public static void main string args. Okay, so next I will write final int int. This is the first is the declare variable. Okay, final int lower bound. Okay, lower bound. Okay, it should be okay, no problem. Lower bound equals to 1 comma and semicolon is must. Final int upper bound equals to 1000. int sum odd, very simple, sum odd equals to 0. Okay, O should be odd equals to 0 and semicolon same as like a C program. Int sum capital E even equals to 0 semicolon. Int apps capital diff means absolute difference between the two sums. Use a while loop to accumulate the sums from lower bound to upper bound. So while loop int number equals to lower bound while okay blank space number equals to less than equals to upper bound. Okay, so loop test. Now we start loop test. If number percentile 2 equals to 0, sum equals to 0, that is the even number. So sum even plus equals to number comma and here must semicolon. Okay, sum even plus equals to number, and else second bracket sum capital odd equals to okay plus equals to number and plus number. Okay, loop update same as the sum odd equals to sum odd plus number. This is the meaning. Okay, and now we will plus number comma. Next is if then else decisions. Another if and else decision. If sum capital odd less than sum capital E even, then absolute difference ABS capital DIFF equals to sum odd. Okay, odd means capital O sum odd. Okay, minus sum capital even, sum even. Next is sum even. Next is else else is abs okay different equals to sum capital E even minus sum capital O odd. Okay, you see that my total work, the system out print log, all the I have already written everything. Now I just show the program, running the program. Okay, let's start to run. Okay, now you see that my answer is coming. The sum of odd numbers from 1 to 1000 is equal to this value. Okay, and the sum of this value we get. So this is my outcome. Okay, so I hope it is clear that system out print ln. I have already told that what is the meaning of that. This means this is the source code. Okay, this is the source code and formatting source code. Brace, you have already seen everything whatever I have told in my theory class. Then you can get everything in here in this program. In this program you see that statement is, you see statement block, you see also block you see, and you see white space. Okay, you see white space, you see that formatting source code, indentation, braces, and all the syntax. So I hope it is clear. Pair of braces, because braces are everything. And formatting source code, this is the public class, public static void main system out print ln. Okay, system dot out and print ln, you see in here system out dot print ln. This is the print, you see it print the programs, same as like a C programming. I hope you can understand everything. You see also variables is in here also. You see int. Okay, int is in here, variable also name. So int lower bound, int is a declare, and int and variable name is bound. Declare int, variable named upper bound. Sum odd also same. I also putting the value of the string message, one is string message, and no, int sum. Okay, int message, everything in Java. Variable and types, you see. So I hope you can understand, and please practice for your knowledge. Thanks for watching.